try to give other people a chance to get to the mic, just so that as council is listening to make a decision, that they can hear lots of differing opinions and ideas. We don't have a real limit, but we are going to make sure that everybody does get 3 minutes. So what else was I going to? I think that was, oh, I know what it was. The other thing is, if you wouldn't mind just coming forward and then saying say your name and then say whether you're a resident of the city of Idaho Falls. So that will begin, and we would welcome someone to come to the podium.
Good evening. Let's turn this on. Good evening, Mayor Mayor Burnshaw and City Council. My name is Erin Bingham, and I live in Bonneville County, and I'm here tonight to testify in favor and support of the ban on kratom in the city of Idaho Falls. This is not theoretical for our city. In Bonneville County, we've had 6 confirmed deaths from kratom overdose. It is my understanding that we've had 2 additional deaths that are being looked at right now. When we talk about kratom, some of my concerns, as I brought this up at the state level, was the kickback that I saw from the kratom industry, where they try to discredit autopsy reports, discredit the coroners, medical examiners, and the autopsy findings. I think we need to trust the work of our local professionals and the findings that they have. When it comes to talking about kratom, I feel that sometimes the kratom industry wants to stay just regulated. Utah tried this in 2019. They passed the Kratom Protection Act, and it only legitimized kratom. Their deaths significantly increased, and I've been in close contact with the state of Utah and talked to them about the effects of that, and they felt like it actually made it worse. Just to give you an idea, the Kratom Protection Act was written by the kratom industry to protect the kratom industry, full stop. The other misnomer that I feel that is often purported is that it's only the synthetic 7-OH that is dangerous. However, 7-OH is found in natural leaf kratom. It is often extracted, it is concentrated, put in pill, gummies, energy drinks, shots, and other things. Now, 7-OH can also be created synthetically, which is also concentrated and put in these forms. So this is what we're talking about, and this is the increase that we've seen in our community, is the sale of these adulterated forms, not the natural leaf kratom, not in the leaf form, but where 7-OH is extracted, concentrated, and put in these forms that are highly potent. We do not have labeling that is consistent. We don't have potency requirements. So when you're taking these products, you don't know how much you're taking. They're highly addictive. As I've been in contact with the addiction industry, they said that they are getting overwhelmed with new patients who are coming in due to being addicted to kratom. And it's my understanding that the withdrawals from kratom are worse than heroin, is what I've been told. So I think that we need to not confuse or be told that synthetic is worse than natural leaf kratom, because 7-OH is extracted from natural leaf kratom and is concentrated. Sometimes I've seen pills that have the equivalent of 40 or 22 pounds of kratom, the equivalent of 22 pounds of kratom in one pill. So I support your ban. I appreciate the efforts of the city of Idaho Falls to bring attention to the dangerousness. Kratom is addictive, it is harmful, and it can be deadly. Now, I do not discount that it has helped individuals, but I think we need to protect our community. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bingham. Yes.
Hi. Good evening. My name is Sue Cece. I am a Meridian, Idaho resident. Thank you, Mayor and Council members. Like I said, my name is Sue Cece. I'm here tonight in support of a ban on kratom in Idaho Falls. My daughter Kylie died March 1st, 2025 here in Bonneville County. She was only 23 years old. 23 years old. She was that age where parents should be flown in funeral, that I shouldn't have to pick out a casket, or our life should be over. Because Kylie was so young, there was an investigation, autopsy, toxicology report. The cause of death was determined to be migraine overdose, the primary active compound in kratom. Kratom killed my daughter. Not an illegal street drug, not some unknown substance, it was kratom. Product that is openly sold in gas stations and smoke shops and marketed as natural and safe. Kylie did not use extracts. She did not use enhanced products or 7-OH. She used powder kratom leaf, just the leaf itself. And it still took her life. She trusted the word natural. She believed it was safe to use for pain because that's how the industry presents it. One of the most dangerous myths surrounding kratom is that natural is safe. That's not true, or my daughter would be here today. Migraine and 7-OH bind to the same opioid receptors as morphine. But I did that. Only extracts are dangerous, while the leaf is harmless. It's not supportive of what's happening in real families. Both are dangerous in taking lives. Kylie is not alone. Bonneville County has recorded 6 deaths within an 18-month period, and another assumed on Monday. 4 was migraine alone. One of those was my daughter. These are not statistics. These are people. They're our sons, our daughters, our brothers, our parents, our friends. The reality is the parents often do not know what kratom is. Young people see it on store shelves and assume it must be safe. The reality does not match the marketing. I know bans are not an easy decision, but I know what it feels like to stand in my daughter's empty bedroom and wonder how something sold as natural took her life. I would give anything to go back and warn her, but I can't, so I can warn you guys. Please do not wait until another Idaho Falls family receives the phone call that changed my life forever. If there's one thing you will remember tonight, is every statistic has a name. My statistic is Kylie. She was funny. She was loved. She mattered. I will forever have an empty seat at my dinner table. I will never have a daughter to get married or have children of her own. She should still be here. I respectfully ask you to protect the community and support a ban on kratom. Trust what your local officials are saying. Listen to them because they see it firsthand. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. My name is Christopher Diotis. I'm here representing myself from Meridian, Idaho. Full transparency, I'm the founder of an online kratom company. Ms. Restucci, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry about that, Kylie. We offer the same exact natural product that I credit with saving my life. I'm here tonight because my quality of life depends on plain leaf kratom remaining available. There are so many others just like me, many who are fully disabled and can't be here tonight. We are fighting for our quality of life. And for some of us, this really is life or no life. I have a recurring back injury, and it goes like this every time. For 2 or 3 days, I will be in serious pain. I will not be able to tie my shoes. I will not be able to help my wife with our 5-year-old and 2-year-old. It will take me 30 minutes just to get out of bed. I won't sit down for the rest of the day because I won't be able to stand up. That'll last for 2 or 3 days, and this is with using kratom. Without it, when this back injury flares up, I can barely move. It is totally incapacitating for that time. But with kratom, I can at least function. But I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm not in pain every day. But for others, this is life or death. They are in excruciating pain every day, and it does not stop. They use natural leaf kratom because they want to function. They want to work and not be at home on disability. They don't want to be in a bed or a wheelchair if they don't have to be, and they don't want to take prescription drugs. Natural kratom works for them, and like my back injury, kratom takes their pain from about an 8 or a 9 to about a 3 or a 4. It makes life tolerable. And these are the people we serve in the online world, not part of the smoke shop world. These are the people texting me because they know I'm here tonight to speak to you all. And these are the people that you all got emails from. These are the people who are fighting for kratom because their quality of life truly depends on it. So in closing, I would respectfully ask the council to examine this issue a bit further. Allow subject matter experts to testify. There was a professor from the University of Connecticut and the former FDA Deputy Director of Dietary Supplements willing to present to Idaho Falls last Monday. I fully agree with law enforcement, the majority of you guys up there, that we need to get the dangerous stuff out of the communities, but it's just not all the same. And I think that is my message. So many of us use and rely on the natural leaf to live our lives. Thank you for your consideration. Idaho Falls is a beautiful place, so thank you for having me.
Would you mind just saying your name? I didn't catch it.
Christopher Diotis.
Diotis, okay, thank you.
I'm happy to field any questions from you guys. I know I'm wrong.
No, it was just public testimony, but I didn't quite catch it. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Diotis.
So I was just told about, my name is Manny Ibarra, I'm born here in Idaho County. I was just, told about this and I figured I'd come. The person that died Monday was my son's grandma, Allison Lincoln. So, I've heard good things about kratom, I've heard bad things. I've tried it myself, it just wasn't for me. And with the gentleman just speaking right now, I do understand there might be some good kratom out there, but right now there's just so many deaths and it's leading to bad stuff. So I'm kind of wary of what side to take on the kratom. I just know that it needs to be investigated more as it is taking people's lives. 2 weeks ago, she went to take care of somebody's dog with her friend, and her friend went in. She came out and she was just slumped over the her steering wheel, and they tried to revive her, shake her around. They came over, she's been dead for 10 minutes, just slumped over. And so they tried to, bring her back to life, so she hadn't been in a coma. So she's like that for a while. They ended up doing MRIs and other stuff on her and declared she was 90% brain dead. Well, next morning, she had a little bit of brain activity, got her hopes up, and fortunately, this past Monday, we unplugged her at 11 in the morning, and she was a fighter. She didn't want to let go, and so at 10:13 at night, that's when she passed. So I'm just here to let people know that I think there's a lot of concerns in everything, and we should be open-minded about this rather than saying, oh, it's all bad. But in this case, I'm not sure where she got it from or where she purchased it at, but I know there's some bad places out there, and we need to look into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just 2 weeks ago? How can they even come to that conclusion?
Yeah.
Good evening, members of council. My name is Finn Garian. I'm a resident, and I want to give comment on the flock camera system deployed throughout our city. I want to thank council members Bradford, Francis, and Larson for taking their time to meet with me. And I also want to thank Mayor Burtonshaw for opening a channel for me to talk with Chief Johnson, who I also...
Did he? So he said it was in her system.
I don't know if he said that, but I like how he was not on either side,
Yeah, yeah.
CEO Garrett Langley. I and anyone who opposes these cameras is a terrorist who wants to defund the police, weaken public safety, and lawlessness.
This is only the public comment period. I'm going to end the live and do a part 2 because we're way down on the agenda.
I've never been arrested or
So,
pulled over, yet I am captured.
if we
and
abruptly,
interrogated
I'll
whenever I want to go to church
explain it
or
before I
for
get
visit
off.
my parents and shelter.
I hate how they do that because I like to do, I like people to see public comment. Like, that's the whole reason, we do this, so.
Yeah, how's divided up?
Legislation in Idaho is intended to prevent abuse of these ALPR
can
systems.
see what people are saying.
Prevent this abuse, which resulted in the deputy.
That guy looks like he should be on The Office.
His wife under the guise of a system test, along with countless other similar incidents across the country. According to public search audits compiled by haveibeenflocked.com, some of the organizations IFPD shares data with have performed about 61 immigration searches on behalf of ICE between September, when the cameras were installed, and January of this year. That number has increased exponentially to the point I cannot take the time to manually count it. Flock claims to be CJIS compliant. It confirmed to Congress in October and to me in January that they do not require two-factor authentication, and agencies can opt out of using it. In fact, according to Flock, 3% of the 5,000 agencies do not use it, which correlates with reports I've seen of police credentials nationwide being stolen and sold on Russian hacking forums. Flock claims over and over that they've never been hacked, but they leave incredibly easy to catch vulnerabilities on these cameras, which reported to Flock were verified and subsequently reported to MITRE in this. In addition, these cameras run Android 8, a version that hasn't received a security update since 2021. Flock has also misconfigured cameras to point video feeds and administration panels directly to the internet without requiring a password. Any vendor that captures swaths of information like this should have caught these issues in regular penetration testing, something Flock has not done until these issues were caught by independent researchers. Flock then promised to release the results of penetration testing this year and has not yet done so. I don't want my motions tracked and added to a database by a vendor that does not care to perform the bare minimum to secure their systems. I never had a choice, vote, nor was I asked if I wanted this installed in our city. You cannot trust a company whose CEO behaves like this. They don't work for us, they don't have civic responsibilities, they are not members of our city. They are a for-profit company and their job is to make money. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guerin.
Mayor Burdenshaw, council members, my name is Dan Guerin. I'm not a resident, but I live pretty close. I'm up here all the time visiting family, shopping in your stores, eating in your restaurants. It's a nice town. I know there's not an agenda item on Flock tonight, which is the surveillance system currently deployed through the city, but I wanted to take a minute and give you my thoughts on the program, as you have had conversations about Flock in recent months. Flock being the brand of automated license plate readers used here in town. I was unaware of what Flock was until a few months ago when my son told me about them. I started doing some research on my own, trying to learn a little bit about it. I suspect most of your residents have no idea what Flock is, or even that it's deployed in the town. I've got two main issues with Flock. First, there's many documented concerns raised by security researchers and privacy advocates regarding data security, unauthorized access, and the potential misuse of information collected by these systems, which puts data collected by Flock at risk. The second issue I've got is the lack of public discord that, to my knowledge, didn't happen before these cameras were put up through town. The public never got a chance to provide their thoughts on if they were willing to give up the ability to walk or to drive down the street without their movement patterns being surveilled or recruited or recorded. It's not just license plates, it's everything about your car. It's the dents and dings in your car, it's the bumper stickers you have on there. It's all going into a database that thousands of agencies nationwide have access to. And anybody who takes advantage of the security vulnerabilities that Finn mentioned. So I've got two asks of you tonight. Have that conversation with your citizens and ask them what level of surveillance they're willing to accept, what safeguards should exist, and who should decide those limits. If the community decides this technology should continue to be used, then rigorous policies, audits, and oversights should be implemented. I'm not asking you to remove these cameras tonight. I'm asking you to have that public conversation about them. Technology that records the movements of thousands of law-abiding citizens should not be deployed without public awareness, public input, and public accountability. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Guerin.
Mayor Burdenshaw, council members, my name is Morgan Walton. I want to thank you for the time and opportunity to speak today. I would like to start by saying that I am against any sort of ban on natural kratom. I personally use kratom and it has genuinely helped my life. For me, it's a tool. It's not an everyday thing, but I can lean on it to improve my focus, energy, and even recovery. It is a natural plant that has been used for centuries, and it has generally helped those who use it responsibly. I do believe that 7-OH is the real issue, and that should be the focus today. I have personally witnessed how beneficial this plant is, from seeing some of my family members with discomfort to some of my friends that want to focus better. It truly helps in the most natural way, and that I believe in regulation over prohibition. Thank you for your time today, and I humbly ask that you oppose this ban.
Ms. Wong, will you state whether you're a resident?
Oh, Meridian, Idaho.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Good evening, Mayor and City
Hey, I
Council
think there's a
members. My name is
flock
Renee
camera
Jones,
ordinance.
and I'm a resident of Pocatello. My niece died in Idaho Falls from kratom. Sorry. When people talk about Kratom, they often talk about studies and regulations and policy, and I understand those discussions matter, but for my family, it's not just a policy debate. This is about a missing person at every holiday table. It's a daughter who never came home. And I think about all the things she'll never get to experience, the memories our family will never get to make with her. And I think about the fact that this product that took her life is sitting in the stores, on the shelves in our community. A product marketed as natural, a product many people assume is safe because it's sold openly, including stores near our schools. I have spent time trying to understand this issue and what it means for our families here. What concerns me most is that Bonneville County has recorded multiple Kratom-related deaths, and the Panhandle Health Department in northern Idaho has issued warnings about Kratom due to concerns about safety and addiction. I know many people say that Kratom helps them, and maybe it does, but where is the actual proof? There are no studies or facts proving that it's actually safe, and where are the doctors saying that it saved their patients? I don't see them. How many families have to continue experiencing this kind of loss before we can acknowledge that this is a serious public safety problem? Every day these products remain on shelves is another day someone sees them, assumes they are safe, and takes a risk that they may not fully understand, especially younger people. We should not be expecting gas station and vape store clerks to act as pharmacies. They are being asked to sell a substance that customers assume is safe simply because it's sold over the counter, and answer questions they don't know the answers to. At the same time, businesses are left dealing with the increased risks tied to thefts and addiction-driven behaviors. That is not a responsibility that clerks should have on them. Today, you have an opportunity to prevent another family from receiving a phone call that changed their lives forever. I ask that you think about the families who will live with the consequences if you do nothing. I respectfully ask you to follow through with the ban on Kratom. Thank you.
Thank you.
But they can still order online.
Yep.
This is just a sales ban. Is that Pat?
Mayor Burnshaw, members of the council, my name is Patrick Soulier. I'm a resident of Meridian, Idaho, and thank you for the time to speak today. I work for government affairs at Happy Hippo, and just at 1 a.m. this morning, I returned home from Washington, D.C., where I joined more than 50 advocates meeting with members of Congress and their staff to discuss Kratom. It was a productive trip, and I was encouraged to see policymakers eager to learn more about the issue and hear from people on all sides of the debate. I understand there are concerns about Kratom. However, I believe prohibiting Kratom sales would create unintended consequences for the many Idaho Falls residents who currently use it safely and responsibly. While in Washington, I heard story after story from passionate advocates who shared how Kratom had not only helped them, but had given them their lives back. Many of these individuals had struggled with significant challenges and were unable to participate in their communities. After discovering Kratom, they were able to return to productive, self-sufficient lives, supporting themselves and their families rather than relying on government assistance. Forcing Idaho Falls residents who use Kratom into the black market would be a mistake. The underlying challenges they will face will not disappear, and without access to a well-regulated product, many may turn to alternatives that are far more dangerous. I do not support the proposed ban. Instead, I encourage the City Council to consider responsible regulation and consumer protections. I also respectfully ask that you delay this vote until all viewpoints have been fully heard and considered. I heard Utah brought up earlier, just as a note. It's very confusing when that comes up. Utah, Senator McCallum, who is the majority whip, tried to push for a full Kratom ban and was rejected by his own party. Utah did not ban Kratom, to be clear. They changed where you can purchase it, and they removed the extract products from the market. But natural leaf Kratom is still accessible, legal, and able to be sold in Utah today, and nothing changed about that this year. That in mind, thank you for your time, and I appreciate all the council members' consideration on this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Sawyer.
Yeah, Pat.
Pat.
Mayor and council, So just with the Jefferson project,
Will you state?
Jeremy
Yes,
Wilkerson?
thank you,
Yes,
thank
I'm
you.
a resident.
Yes, I do, yes, okay, yes.
So where we're at with the Jefferson project and like the wastefulness I've seen with the guys that are out there working for the water department pouring concrete, like as much as they've ripped up and had to redo, like I think we need a more conscientious company in there not to be wasting money and just pouring concrete. Yards that have been destroyed. One gentleman had 4 foot into his yard, 22 feet wide and 2 feet deep ripped out of his yard for absolutely no reason. So damages and things that aren't being taken care of in a proper sense. I know other streets that I'm involved with, other people, that streets are gonna get closed and have them torn up and redoing that. Why are they not having to pay for sidewalks, but we are? That's kind of concerning that they didn't get a letter, they didn't get nothing, they don't have to pay for anything. It's just, but we're stuck having to pay for our sidewalks. So I just feel like that's not fair to us, that we're getting, stuck having to pay for something that we shouldn't. The speeding on our road over on Jefferson has been ridiculous. Like, I've had a Camaro that goes up and down our street, upwards of 80 miles an hour. I've called and asked if we can get signs out, do something, but I feel like we're getting no progress on that. Even if there's extra stop signs put in the street to slow people down, and I just get told we can't do that. But there needs to be something done before a kid gets hit, because they're coming by H. Bush School, ripping around that corner, coming right down Jefferson like a speedway. So even with all the construction, people's had cars knocked windows out of their cars, going speeding down the road with rocks. These are concerns I'd like to see something happen with, and wondering if there's any relief to us paying for sidewalks and stuff that we're getting stuck to do.
Thank you. I know that you and I have spoken, and remind me your name again?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, and Director Canfield is here to have that conversation with you today before, so please, this isn't, we don't have back and forth
No,
right
I
now,
get that.
so I just want to make sure that you understand that, and that Director Canfield is here. It is my understanding that they have been reaching out to all of the residents on Jefferson who do have that sidewalk issue, so please,
Okay.
he is here to address your concerns.
Okay, will do.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Good evening, Mayor Burnshaw, council members. My name is Holly Miyazaki. I currently live in Shelley. I work in Idaho Falls. I have family in Idaho Falls, and I grew up in Idaho Falls. So I'm quite attached to the city and the community. I'm here to speak about the flock cameras. And for the sake of time, I don't think I can provide you more information that you already heard tonight, like the specifics of the cameras, and I believe the issues with them. I'll just say, for me, in a simple-minded way, they just amount to spyware. And I think I would encourage the council and you, Mayor Burnshaw, to provide a transparent process to educate the public about what these are, where they are, why you've agreed to install them and pay for them, and then allow them to weigh in with an educated voice. Let them tell you if they agree to this, I guess, image mining, the videos, the storage, and what's happening to this information on the back end, which I think in many ways nobody really knows. So I'll end it with that. One more time, just a transparent process for the public. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Miyazaki.
Yeah, Mike, and then they, just public policy laws are passed for tears.
Hey everyone. Mayor, members of the City Council, thank you for your time today. My name is Brian McKellar. I'm a lifelong Idaho Falls resident. I live in Bonneville County. I'm someone who recently ran for Idaho House District 32B. I'm not here as a candidate or a politician. The election is behind us. But I'm here as a neighbor who believes we should listen to the people in our community, especially those who often feel like they don't have a seat at the table. During the campaign, members of the Kratom community reached out to me. They supported my campaign financially. But what they really asked for was a straightforward, fair hearing. They explained that they are actively trying to address the problems, the synthetic, highly concentrated versions of kratom that are causing real harm, while supporting common sense rules like age 21 up, quality standards, and proper labeling. And I was honest with them at the time. I wasn't very familiar with kratom, but I listened. After talking with them and with local residents who rely on it, I'm here today because I believe their voices deserve to be heard. Many people in our community report that traditional kratom helps them in meaningful ways. Some use it to manage chronic pain that makes daily work or family life difficult. Others find it eases anxiety or depression. These aren't abstract stories from somewhere else. They're neighbors here in Bonneville County. Regular people who say the supplement helps them function and manage their lives better. Importantly, the responsible voices in this space are not asking for a free-for-all. They want to work with policymakers to ban or strictly regulate the dangerous synthetic compounds and high-potency extracts. They're offering to be part of the solution, not the problem. Yet many of the local residents who use traditional, responsibly sourced kratom are afraid to stand up and speak here today. They worry about judgment or being labeled. They're not lobbyists, they're not professional advocates. They're quiet folks who just want to keep doing what helps them. So I'm here as one voice standing in for them, the little guy who doesn't usually get heard in rooms like this. I urge you not to fall into all or nothing thinking. A complete ban on every form of kratom might feel like the simplest path, but it risks punishing responsible adults' use along with the dangerous products. It could push toward unregulated sources or leave them without an option that for them has been genuinely helpful. We can draw a clear line, target synthetics and bad actors while allowing properly regulated traditional leaf products for adults. That's exactly the approach the good faith players are willing to partner on. I do want to say publicly that I'm impressed by this council's decision to table this decision until after the election. That showed real wisdom. It let the political season pass so you could consider the issue on its merits with clear eyes and full information. And I hope that same careful, fair-minded approach guides you today. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I have no special expertise beyond listening to constituents, but I do have faith in this body to weigh the evidence, listen compassionately to all sides, and find a path that protects our community, especially our young people, while not unnecessarily harming those who have found real benefit from responsible use. Thank you for your service and for giving me these few minutes.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, John.
What's up, John? Andrea, holla back, Earl.
Holler back, Earl.
Is
Drea.
there anyone else who would like to come before council to give public testimony tonight? Okay, thank you. I do recognize that this was the issue that you were here for, so now would be a good time, unless you would plan on staying for the rest of the council meeting. If you would like to exit, you're more than welcome to. I don't expect to hold you over through any more of this agenda. If you so. It's on the agenda tonight for a vote. Yes, I do know that. But like the flock campers is not on, no, not on the agenda. So no, that's okay. Okay.
Are they going to do kratom first?
Yes, I know
I don't
the
know.
rest would like to hear the council discussion of it. But for those who were here for flock, I'm sorry, I should have made that more clear. Okay, council, we are ready now for a motion. Actually, if you will read, City Clerk, the consent agenda into the record, please.
Thank you. There are 3 items for consent. One from Municipal Services for the March 26 Treasurer's Report.
I guess not. I
One
thought
from
they
Idaho
were.
Falls Power for pole inventory resupply with Irby
Because it's
and
a long.
DNS Electric for $1,077,015.50. And one item from the Office of the City Clerk for City Council meeting minutes from April 20th and 23rd and May 4th and 7th, 26th.
Turn that shit down.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, their consent agenda.
Okay,
I'll
So,
move to
So
approve, accept, or
number
receive all the items
4
in the consent agenda
is like
according to the
the,
recommendations presented.
consent agenda. Oh, I guess I don't
Thank you.
know. There's
Bradford?
3 things on the,
Larson?
Yes.
Braden?
their agenda's
Francis?
weird.
Dingman?
they're
Yes.
all weird.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we are moving on to our regular agenda, and the first item is actually coming from my office, the Office of the Mayor, and it is the appointment of a new Public Works Director. But I actually would like to turn that time over well, actually, I will make the recommendation, and then I'm going to turn it over to Councilmember Zeal Dingman, who is going to speak for the appointment of Mr. Canfield.
5A1.
I'm very excited, actually, to bring this forward.
So that's under city
He's been
attorney.
Assistant Public Works Director for many years.
And
I
then,
worked with him on the
I don't
BMPO.
know,
He is incredibly intelligent when it
Office of the
comes
City
to ITD, being able to get projects
And he can
accomplished. He stretches tax dollars incredibly far. He is really paying attention and beholden to the residents of Idaho Falls. I have worked beside him on projects that are even like connecting our communities. That it's like there's a missing piece of sidewalk, and he will be near the schools and say this sidewalk needs to be finished, and trail system. He is just very intelligent when it comes to public works, and I am excited, council.
She said they were on the regular agenda.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that, I think that one of the.
It was
some of the reasons
5A1.
why I think that Chris Canfield is the right choice is, I've worked with him now for, this is my 11th year, and he brings a truly deep understanding of our infrastructure, our operations, our long-term needs. He demonstrates very strong leadership, a lot of technical
There's just
expertise,
other action items
and,
that's listed on
one
each
of the things
separate
that Mayor Burtonshaw highlighted
thing.
that I would just really strongly agree with is knowing how to stretch a dollar, knowing how to utilize our staff in a way that benefits taxpayers. And if we're going to put someone in charge.
Well,
of
I guess
such,
you want to, I
essential
mean, we can always
services,
just end it,
like
and
our
then we
streets
can
and
come back
sanitation,
whenever they get to the kratom part.
so
So,
much involved with capital
Yeah,
projects.
so y'all look out for
I would
part
think
2.
somebody with his
yeah.
background, his ability,
Don't know how
Hopefully
long
it
this
won't
will
be too
last.
long, but it's,
just commitment to
yeah, but
public
we'll
service.
be back.
Okay, bye.
Or what's Arnold say? I'll be back. That did not sound like him at all.
Is usually